Relax, take a breath, and let this story ease your mind. Susan and Petrius promise thee. This story is about the unbreakable bond and lifelong friendship between a young girl and a brave ant, built on kindness and promises. In the quiet town of Willowbrook, there lived a young girl named Susan. She was known for her spirited imagination and love for all creatures, big and small. An afternoon after tumultuous rain, Susan encountered a tiny ant struggling to find its way back to the mound. It was Katria, a brave ant, with delicate antennas and a strong will to thrive. Susan noticed Katria's struggle, and instantly felt compelled to help. Carefully, she scooped the little ant fit into a leaf and escorted it safely back to its colony. Katria's colony, nestled beneath the great oak tree, was a bustling world of intricate tunnels and teamwork. As they arrived, Katria spoke in an almost inaudible whisper, knowing they were in the presence of a human who might understand. "Thank you, gentle Susan." "You saved me," Susan, delighted by this unexpected communication, whispered back. "You're welcome, Katria. I promise to watch over you and your colony whenever the rain threatens your home." That was the start of a profound friendship made of promises and shared secrets. Days turned into weeks, and Susan found solace in observing the rhythmic hustle of Katria and her fellow ants. Each day, Susan visited the oak tree, sometimes leaving crumbs of sweet bread and drops of syrup for the ants to treasure. Freya, in return, would guide her through the mysterious underground passages of their world, teaching her about the sophisticated hierarchy and dedication of her kin. One stormy night, as the winds howled and raindrops pounded against her window, Susan remembered her pledge. She donned her raincoat and dashed out into the stormy dock to check on Katria's colony. Her heart pounded in sync with the rain as she reached the oak tree, and she sighed in relief to see the tiny home intact. There, amongst the shadows, stood Katria waving her antennas in gratitude. "I knew you would come," Katria said quietly, her soft voice barely heard over the sound of the rain. Susan smiled. "A promise is a promise." After the storm passed, the sky bloomed into a canvas of stars, casting a gentle glow over Willowbrook. Susan and Katria watched the stars, a testament to their unwavering vow of friendship. Though they were from different worlds, bound by the common language of kindness and promises made in the heart, they knew their friendship was unbreakable, much like the constellations above, eternal and guiding. Now, we continue with another gentle story. The Bee and Clover, a tale of resilience. This story is about Peony and Clover's enduring friendship, surviving a storm and bringing hope to their valley through resilience. In a valley where the sky kissed the mountains, lived a little girl named Peony and a majestic unicorn known as Clover. Peony, with her brilliant emerald eyes and shimmering auburn hair, often roamed the meadows blooming with vibrant colors. Clover, with a luminescent horn and a coat reflecting the hues of twilight, was her inseparable companion. Every morning, Peony would run to the meadow and call for Clover, her voice echoing through the valley like a soft melody. Together, they would explore the hills, each step filling their hearts with boundless joy. One day, a fierce storm descended upon the valley. Thunder roared, and lightning crackled across the darkened heavens, stripping the flowers and causing the trees to shudder. Peony, huddled inside her cottage, gazed out at the chaos, with a heart heavy with worry for Clover. The storm raged on, relentless in its fury. It took 3 days for peace to return, with skies clearing and the sun casting its gentle glow once more. Peony rushed to the meadow, searching frantically for Clover in the landscape that now seemed unfamiliar and battered. The meadow, once a tapestry of petals, was now drenched and disheveled. Despair clawed at Peony's heart as she called out for Clover, her voice trembling and uncertain. Then, she heard a distant sound. Warm and soft, like the first dawn after a long night. Clover emerged from a grove, her form radiant despite the trials she had endured. Her coat glistened under the sun, and her eyes shone with a resilient spirit. Penny ran towards her, feeling the surge of relief wash over her. The reunion was like a sunrise after endless midnight, filling the valley with a renewed sense of hope. Together, Peony and Clover began restoring the valley, planting seeds and nurturing new flowers. Their laughter and joy became the rhythm of the land, where even the trees leaned in to listen. With patience and love, the meadow bloomed once more, a testament to their resilience. Days turned into months, and the valley thrived under their care, its beauty deeper and richer than before. And so, Peony learned that resilience meant facing the storms, trusting in the dawn, and believing in the magic of friendship. Clover, too, had found strength in her own spirit, and in the unwavering companionship of Peony. They stood in the meadow, hearts intertwined with a bond unbroken by trials. Their story whispered across the valley, carried by the wind like an enduring song, reminding all who heard it of the quiet power of resilience. Now another story to carry you further. Kala and Frisia, the kindness that tamed a dragon. This story is about how Kala's kindness transformed Frisia, a feared dragon, into a cherished friend and protector of the village. In the peaceful village of Willowbrook, Kala was known for her gentle heart and unwavering kindness. Every morning, she could be seen carrying baskets of freshly baked bread to the elderly in the village. Her smile warming even the coldest of days. Her golden hair glistened like threads of sunlight, and her laughter was as contagious as the sweetest melody. One day, an unexpected visitor arrived in Willowbrook. Frisia, the majestic dragon whose scales shimmered like emeralds under the sun. Frisia had lived in solitude for centuries atop Misty Mountain, feared by all for the fire she could unleash upon the lands. The villagers trembled in terror, but Kala saw a different side. She believed that beneath Frisia's fierce exterior lay a heart that longed for companionship. Gathering her courage, Kala approached the dragon at dawn, carrying a basket not of fear, but of offerings of apples, honey, and a loaf of bread. She called out to Frisia, her voice steady, "Irresistible, my great dragon, I come with peace and kindness. Will you meet me without rage?" The dragon hesitated, her emerald eyes locked onto Kala, searching for deceit, but finding only sincerity. Frisia let out a sigh, warm and gentle as a summer breeze. "I will hear you then," she rumbled, curious yet cautious. Days passed and Kala visited every sunrise, speaking tales of laughter, community, and love. She sang songs about stars, guiding lost ships and stories of friendship that bridged hearts. Frisia listened, her scales glinting under each new dawn, her heart slowly opening to the warmth Kala offered. The villagers watched in awe, their fear simmering down to whispers of hope. It was on the 7th day of Kala's visits that Frisia finally spoke, her voice softer than a whisper. "I have been alone for too long," sighed Miss, she admitted. "But your kindness shows me that the world may yet embrace what it fears." Kala smiled, her eyes reflecting the promise of dawn. Kindness contained even the fiercest hearts. "Thank you," she rapped softly, knowing she had awakened a bond with Frisia that was as rare as a shooting star. From that day forward, Frisia no longer hid on Misty Mountain. She became part of the village, sharing stories and wisdom, while Kala continued to deliver her baskets, now with Frisia's fondness following her steps. In the end, the dragon's fire became one of protection instead of destruction, all thanks to Kala's unwavering kindness, teaching Willowbrook that understanding and compassion could lead the strongest bonds. And so, every evening, under the shimmering twilight, Kala and Frisia would gaze at the stars, thankful for the kindness that united them. Let's begin another chapter in tonight's journey. Bellflower and Clover Sunshine in the Garden. This story is about the friendship between Bellflower and Clover, who ensure the garden's sunshine brings warmth and peace to their village. In a quaint village nestled between rolling fields and a sparkling stream, there lived a gentle soul named Bellflower. The flower was known for her radiant smile and the twinkle in her eyes that could chase away clouds from the darkest skies. She had a habit of conversing with the garden, particularly with a tall, majestic sunflower who seemed to respond to her whispers with gentle sways in the breeze. One day, while Bellflower was tending to her beloved plants, she met Clover, the garden warden. Clover was a magical being, small in stature but grand in power. His presence was felt through the vibrant hues of flowers that bloomed under his gentle touch. Clover appeared as sunlight broke through the clouds, illuminating the garden like never before. He had come to aid Bellflower, as her garden had unwittingly become the source of sunshine for the entire village. The villagers often remarked how the warmth started from her garden and spread through the land, giving the entire village a golden glow. As the days rolled by, Bellflower and Clover forged a friendship like no other. In the morning, they would walk side by side, Clover ensuring each plant received its delicate share of sunlight, while Bellflower whispered tales of the stars to each budding bloom. The garden became a sanctuary of sorts, drawing creatures from near and distant lands, guided by the promise of serenity and warmth. Birds sang joyous melodies, their feathers shimmering in the sun-kissed rhythm of the garden. Once the shy deer peeked through the foliage, enchanted by the melodic harmony of life. Bellflower and Clover nurtured together. Together, Bellflower and Clover learned the importance of gentle care and the strength of sunlight that nurtures life. It was not just the plants that thrived. The very essence of friendship blossomed, weaving a tapestry of happiness and hope. The villagers began to partake in the joy of the garden, gathering for morning talks and evening sunsets. Bellflower would tell tales of the sky, weaving stories of the sun's journey across the vast canvas above, while Clover added spark and magic with every word. Soon it was as if the entire village had been painted with the hues of sunshine and tranquility. When the rains came, Bellflower and Clover were unfazed, knowing that the golden rays would always return, restoring warmth and life to the garden once more. A belief in the return of sunshine was unshakable, keeping the world around them glowing with assurance and comfort. The bond between Bellflower and Clover grew stronger with each glance at the sun, each shared laugh, and every bright morning filled with promise. And so, in the quaint village enveloped with warmth, peace prevailed eternal, like the sunshine that danced across Bellflower's beloved garden. May you wake up refreshed and renewed. Good night.